All right, so the first thing we need to do is rename this Pokemon card component from JSX to TSX. Rename TSX, and immediately we're going to see some type errors in this file. And these type errors are because all of these properties now have an implicit any, which strict mode of TypeScript does not allow. And we've got the app running here. Let's give it a refresh. Probably gonna have to restart that, no problem. And we'll go back in the meantime. So let's first start by defining that props interface. Let's start with Pokemon name. If we take a look at the Pokemon name here, we see where it's being used. It's being used in this function as well as directly in the component. So I think it's safe to assume that this is a string. Again, we've got Pokedex number used in a very similar way. Call that one a number. And then finally, we've got onViewStats, which is a function that takes a Pokemon name and doesn't return anything. So we'll say onViewStats is a function that takes the Pokemon name, which is a string, and returns void, since it doesn't return anything. Now, if we go ahead and save here, so if we jump back here, you can see right away, failed to compile, we're still getting that is implicit any error. And if we actually implement our interface here, the errors go away now, and we can refresh. Perfect. So one little gotcha just to keep in mind, because the rest of our project is in JavaScript, if we incorrectly pass a type to a component that's being used in JavaScript but is implemented in TypeScript, we're not going to have any errors. So I could change these properties here to anything, for example. So I could change this to a Boolean. And if I actually go back and check, it's still going to work. And the reason that's going to work is because where Pokemon card is being used, it's being used within a JavaScript file. So keep that in mind when going through some of these solutions. Once we get to the end of the workshop and we've converted most of the app, any weird errors you made like this will be caught because everything's going to be strongly typed. But for now, we'll just make sure that we get it right based on what we see in the component. Perfect. In the next video, we're going to convert the stats component to TSX.